Hey everyone, I am back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I hope that you have had an amazing week. For those of you who tune in every single Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, welcome back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. For those of you who tune in every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Welcome back. And for the new people tuning in, we are here live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. And for those of you who are watching the replay on Dr. Nikisha Hammond YouTube page, be sure to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the page. So it's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from today. I do reside in the Tampa Bay area of Florida, which I'm actually in today, which is really crazy. Oh, I'm actually in the, I don't know, man. It's been a crazy, crazy travel time. So this is actually a week when I'm in my hometown here, or not hometown, but the town where I live. So, but nonetheless, let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. Again, if you're just tuning in, thanks for joining. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. If you are new to mental health moment is all about how do you work on becoming the best version of who you are so you can show up powerfully for yourself and for the people around you. So we talk about different mental health tips each week, things for you to try in your life. Some things may really resonate with you, and you're like, yep, I'm going to do this. Some things you're like, oh, I don't know about this one, right? But it's all good either way. I want you to do what works best for you. So, once again, as usual, for those of you who are not new to Mental Health Moment, I cannot see my comments right now. I'm hoping they come in shortly here, which they do sometimes. So it's on the delay. But again, still let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. And hopefully at some point my comments will come up because I really love reading you all's comments and what you have to share. But so happy New Year, first of all. This is the first Tuesday of the year. If you're watching this, I don't know, sometime in the summer, it's all good still if you're watching this replay in the summer. But it is the first Tuesday of the year. And so I wanted to share with you some things just to think about as we head into this new year, because again, I know it tends to happen. We have this new year, new me energy, which is great. But also as we again prepare mentally, especially mentally for this year, some things I want you to be thinking about. But again, let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. And honestly, my inspiration for today's Happy New Year to you too. Greetings from Virginia. I finally can see some of the comments at least. Thanks for joining here. Welcome back. But today's mental health moment is honestly, it's inspired by my amazing son, because he's now 13, you all, which is totally insane. When I started mental health moment, I think he was like 3 or 4. So it's been a minute since I've been doing mental health moment. Right. And now he's 13, which is crazy. But nonetheless, he is an avid athlete. And one of the things that I often have told him for many years as he heads into his games is I will tell him to show up and show out. Like that is literally my mama, like of this athlete, um, advice to him. I'm like, show up and show out. And so I share this with you because this is sort of the theme of today's mental health moment that I want you to think about for yourself. As you head into this new year, there's going to be a ton of distractions because that's what happens, right? Take your pick, social media, things that's going on in the world. Your best friend calls you, or your sister, your brother, your mother, your dad, whoever, something's happening in somebody else's life. Like, right, you have your own personal life. There's a lot of distractions. But I really, really hope for you that you can just come back to a mental place of telling yourself that this year you're going to show up and show out. And what I mean by that, hi from San Clarita, California. Welcome, welcome. And what I mean by that is to really, I've said this before in mental health moment, but I'll say it again, like really show up for you this year. Like really show up, show out, honor yourself, honor your well-being, right? And so I'm going to give you a couple of tips today of how to think about doing that as we head into this new year. And One of the things that I also want you to remember as you mentally prepare again for heading to this year is it is okay. There probably will be some bumps in the road, as I said earlier, but if you have a mindset to keep going, right? To keep fighting through it, whatever it is that may pop up this year, whether you need the help of your best friend, family member, coworker, someone at your place of worship, a therapist, coach, whomever it is for you, right? That's okay. Sometimes we just need people to help us get through certain times, and that's okay, right? You don't have to do life alone necessarily. So, the first tip I want to give you today is I want you to think about, start with actually one non negotiable. So, we've talked, if you were here the end of last year, which is crazy, that was like last week. But if you were here for the end of the year, the last couple weeks, I should say, we've sort of been talking about mentally preparing for this new year. And also, we've talked before on Mental Health Moment about like non negotiables, meaning what is it that you will say, no matter what in my day, I need this? What is that thing for you? Is it I need peace of mind that you're trying to, right, achieve? I need some relaxation time. I need a cup of tea. I need to call my best friend, like, whatever it is, like, what is that non-negotiable for you that you need to do this on a daily or weekly basis to help your mental health, to help your wellness, to honor yourself in this wellness journey that we're all on, right? Like asking yourself, what is it? And then doing your best to put those things in place. Now, it is different. I know there's a lot of talk about, hi, welcome. Thanks so much for joining here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I know there's a lot of talk about New Year's resolutions and that sort of things, which I'm a fan of. I definitely believe in goals, writing down your goals, and those things are great. But sometimes those type of resolutions are much like bigger goals, which may take more time or things like that. But what I'm talking about when I say a non-negotiable is things that it may just be like small little things that you're doing, right, in your day or in your week. Those things that you're like, no matter what, I'm getting this done, right? Those non-negotiables. So think about what that is for you and start the year with that. Start with those non-negotiables, set your boundaries. We talked about it. We had a whole mental health moment about that, by the way, about honoring your boundaries, right? But work on starting to honor your boundaries this year. And again, we're all at different places in our wellness journey. So maybe for you, you're like, Dr. Hammond, I have some firm boundaries. I am good. I don't let anything come in place of or I don't let anything come and interfere with my wellness journey. Like maybe you're like really strong on boundaries, or maybe that's something for you to work on, right? And maybe you say, you know what, I can use some help in this area because there are things, people, situations, events that come about, distract us, and then we get off track. Right. And again, like I said, it's just all good wherever you're at in this process. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks so much for joining here. And so that's the first thing that I want you to really think about is what is your non-negotiable, right? I have a couple non-negotiables, y'all. But start with one. Don't overwhelm yourself. I actually personally have a couple of non-negotiables that I'm like, nope, on a weekly basis, like these things have to get done. Definitely self-care is a very high non-negotiable for me at this stage of my life. It wasn't always. I wish it was earlier than I had the mindset shift to make sure I was actually taking care of myself. But that is a huge non-negotiable for me because my schedule is crazy. I'm a heavy travel schedule. I have a lot of different things that I'm doing and involved with, which I'm grateful to be doing. But I also tell myself, okay, in order to do this crazy schedule that I have to be taking care of myself, right? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like all the ways. So that is a huge non-negotiable for me. It's been that way, yeah, for a long time. Many, many years. Once I made the mindset shift though, that it has to happen. It I mean, I can go on and on about it, but that's one of my non-negotiables, right? So again, think about that. The second thing is that I really also want to remind you that as we start this new year, there is not there's really not a perfect time to be starting your goals of, again, we're talking today, if you're just not tuning in, about how you can show up and show out for yourself this year. Like I hope that for you for this year. Show up, show out. Show up for yourself. Like understand that there is no perfect time. You don't have to wait until, like January 1st, or I'm waiting to my birthday, or I'm waiting to my, like, we just we have these arbitrary dates on calendars when we want to start things versus like just start when you're ready. Right? Like, so again, so maybe for you it's all good if you're like, you know what, it's January 1, I want to start whatever it is, starting to honor myself more, starting my self-care. But also, if it just happens to be a date in February and you're like, you know what, I'm ready now. There were some things you were going through or whatever it is, but I'm ready now to take that step to honor myself, to take care of myself, to really think about my boundaries, right? To really think about how I can make self-care more a part of my life. To think about how I could show up and show out, right? Like those type of things. If that just happens to be a random date in February, it is all good. Right. So, because sometimes I find that too, there's this pressure, and let me know in the comments if you experience this as well, but there's this weird, like, almost like this weird pressure at the beginning of the year to like start like right on the dot. Like everybody in the world must have their New Year's resolutions and start like right on January 1st. And I'm like, where did that come from? Like, I mean, again, it's good. Please have your goals, please have New Year's resolutions, all the things, but also know you may, or maybe you're watching a replay of this later and it's like August or something, right? And it's all good. Like if that's when you're like, yeah, I'm ready to begin and make these changes and transformations in my life, yay. That's a good thing, right? It doesn't have to be the beginning of the year. So there's no perfect time. So just start. And then my last thing I wanted to share with you today is that I really hope that I guess these are more my hopes for you all this year, but I also really hope that you take the time to upgrade how you treat yourself, right? Because a lot of times there's a lot of talk about how others treat us and fill in the blank, whomever that may be in your life, friends, family members, significant others. But also, I want you to think about, how are you treating yourself, right? Like, can you upgrade your thinking of how you show self-love, right? What would it mean for you to treat yourself in a better way? Does that mean that you need to have more positive self-talk, which is all good? That's many of us. Does that mean that you need to honor yourself and have more self-care in your life, right? Does that mean that you need to allow yourself some grace? Does that mean you need to forgive yourself? Does that mean you need less judgment for yourself? Like, maybe you're working on worthiness, like feeling worthy, because you are worthy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy of good things happening to you, right? But like really examining, like, where is it this year that you need to make that mental shift to make sure that you are taking care of yourself in a better way, right? Like, let's upgrade the way we think of ourselves, right? Let's upgrade the way you treat yourself. And not an overnight process. I wish things were. I wish we could just have our magic wands, right? And just wave a magic wand and we just magically change. But it takes time, is my point, right? So wherever you're at, again, in the process, wherever you're at in your journey, working on doing your best not to feel guilty. Maybe you look back, maybe you did some reflection at the end of last year and you're like, you know what? There's a lot I need to change, which is all good. Or maybe you reflected and you're like, I'm exactly where I need to be, or I just need to make some tweaks. Again, wherever you're at, it's all good. But work on giving yourself permission to think about, how can I treat myself better, right? Like, what I love that. I don't know if you guys have seen on social media. There's something, I don't know, it's always floating about and it's like, treat yourself, like, it's like, but it really is like mentally too. Like, how are you treating yourself? And usually it's referring to like going shopping or something, or buying something or another. And maybe that's it for you, but also mentally, like, what are the things you're saying to yourself? Do you need to practice affirmations, which is all good, like telling yourself positive things about yourself, talking to yourself in a kinder way, like yourself, right? Like, or doing something again to honor your physical, emotional, spiritual, mental growth. Like, what are the things that you are doing, right? Someone said, my New Year's resolution is to not have my New Year's resolution is to not have just not just live my life day by day. I love that. And I love that because or oh, it's to not have one. Sorry. One New Year's resolution is to not have one. Just live my life day by day. I totally read that wrong. Well, I love that too. um, I love that too because there's not so gosh, it's so hard. That could be a whole nother mental health moment. I probably should have done a whole one about New Year's resolutions because I'm really not opposed to it. It is doing what works best for you, right? But also knowing there's no perfect time. So some of you right now, it's interesting with the holidays because um so who was that? Anyways, I was talking to someone and they're like, how come the holidays like have to be so happy and cheery and it's just not happy for everyone, right? There's just so much going on. There's loss, there's grief, there's sad things that happen like like just because we have on a calendar different holidays doesn't necessarily mean things were merry, if that makes sense, because we're all going through different things in our life, right? So again, maybe you're just at a point where you're like, I'm so exhausted, overwhelmed, fatigued, going through some stuff that New Year's resolutions may not make sense right now, which is okay. So that's why I meant earlier, like if you whatever it is that you need to make the change, maybe it's going to happen in February or maybe it's March, right? Or maybe some other part of the year, but it's still okay because there's no perfect time. But I am a fan of making some sort of goals, right? And writing them down. Someone said, yes, treating myself better is my number one goal for 2026. Yay, that's amazing. Thank you for mentioning. I love that. I'm so happy to hear that. Keeping peace within myself is another goal. I love it. I love it. And I promise you all, like having peace of mind, having peace of mind is a very, very underrated goal because woo, we live in our own thoughts all day long. Right? Like you can literally be telling yourself a story that is so not true and then you repeat that story over and over and over. Like because we all have different perceptions based on a whole bunch of stuff. It could be childhood, it could be trauma, it could be all sorts of things, right? Just how we view the world. Sometimes you distort reality. Like there could be a situation that happened to you that you replay in your mind, and that is not how it really happened, right? Because we have emotions and we have, you know, background things that happen to us and all the things. So I say that to say that it is so critical too. Hopefully you can add this on your list too to really think about like how do I work on getting to having peace of mind, right? And of course, we're not gonna have peace of mind every day, all day, right, for the rest of our lives, but just like having moments of peace of mind, having moments of joy, having pauses and breaks from everything happening in the world. Like it can be overwhelming sometimes, right? Like just so much happening. So much on social media, so much in our personal lives, the lives of people we care about, the things happening in the news, like it's always something, right? But it's important again for you to take those breaks and really be thinking about your own peace of mind, and thinking about how you're taking care of yourself. Yeah, someone's absolutely true. And again, there's just so many ways for us to really upgrade our thinking and think about treating ourselves better. But the first thing it takes, as I always share, mental health moment is our awareness, right? It takes us well, the first is our awareness. Like you have to be like, you know what? I understand that I need to treat myself better, whatever that looks like for you. And then, of course, the second step is to take that mindset shift for you to now be in a state where you're like, I'm committed, right, to treating myself better, whatever that looks like for you. So, so, um, man, I was gonna. Well, okay, I'll share. There's something else I want to share, but I will share it soon. I keep wanting to share. I'm gonna tell them, but we're wrapping up some things, and then I can finally share. So I will have another announcement. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks. So we're just wrapping up some things. I wanted to share, but I'm like, no, 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 I gotta wait. But nonetheless, so I'll have an announcement again in the next yeah, let's say the next 2 weeks or so. But I do again, so if you're just tuning in, and you missed today's mental health moment, no, it's all good. You can always catch the replays, by the way, on Dr. Nikisha Hammond YouTube page. So you can catch a replay if you're like, oh, I missed a mental health moment. You can always catch them on there. the vast majority of them have like the titles and all the information. And if you just need like something, you're like, you know what, I need this particular thing going on in my life right now. Then again, of course, you can watch the video, but be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the page as well. Um, you know what? Someone said I prioritize my peace of mind today or I prioritize my peace of mind by signing my divorce papers today. You know what? There's so many ways, you all, for us to have our peace of mind, whatever that may look like for you, right? So it's I hope, for again, like I said, for each and every one of you, that's one of the things on your wellness list of goals that some of you may have, is to really think about, like, how do I work on getting to a place of peace of mind? And not just for your mental health, of course, for your mental health too, but also it affects you physically too. So when you're in a state, I can go on and on. I know you all already know the research, but when you're in a state of worrying all the time, or sadness, or um, just like not your body's just so revved up in a state of fight or flight, it leads to the inflammation. It could lead to, chronic pain and all sorts of other physical things too when we're not taking care of our mental health. There's a huge mind body connection. I know you all already know this, but I'm gonna share with you and remind you again. So the goal of having moments, at least starting with moments, maybe it turns into days, maybe weeks, but having the time to take the break, and having the peace of mind is going to benefit you in multiple ways. So physically and mentally, right? And emotionally, and maybe spiritually too. Someone said great suggestions. You're absolutely welcome. Okay, so as I wrap up today's mental health moment, I do want to remind you once again that you can always catch replays on Dr. Nikisha Hammond YouTube. This is the very start of the year. Please, so easier said than done, but please do your best this year again to show up, show out for yourself, to not get discouraged with whatever progress. What's funny is it's only been like literally a couple of days into the year. And it's weird because I see things online all the time and I'm like, why are we getting discouraged? Like the year just started. Right. So work on not getting discouraged. I know it's hard sometimes, but work on, again, taking care of yourself. Whatever that looks like for you. Work on upgrading how you treat yourself this year. Work on showing up for you this year, because when you really do work on showing up for yourself, you're not just showing up for you. You're showing up for other people that's around you too, right? When you work on, that's what mental health moment is all about. If you're just tuning in, when you work on becoming the best version of who you are, you show up powerfully for yourself and for the people around you. I promise you that your loved ones, just people around you, your coworkers or whomever, they want to see the best version of you. They do. You deserve the best version of you, first of all, but also it trickles out into people around you when you work on you. Okay. So self-care is never selfish, as I say, right? Definitely will do that. I love it. Okay. Thank you all so much again. Thank you guys for being here. Not for me, but thank you guys for being here for you. Thank you guys for showing up for you. Again, we're here. Well, I'm here. I said we're here. We're here together. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here live on Black Women Empowered Incorporated, Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. Be blessed. Have an amazing year, but also amazing week. And I'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, again, right here live on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye, you guys.